BBC under Laura Newsberg comes across not only as not impartial, but frankly cheap. It can't stretch to Gary Lineker or Suella Braverman. What is the point? And frankly, all this stuff about Mr. Hunt and the budget seems completely boring and unnecessary. And anyway, Mr. Hunt apparently is planning on a boring budget. So why is he here, trying to add some sort of spice? I never quite understand how boring can be spicy, but the BBC is clearly trying that game. If we can't get Gary Lineker, if we can't afford to get Suella Braverman, then we'll get some cheap alternatives. And Mr. Hunt is at the top of that list.
Why does it get some Conservatives so wound up?
Mr. Lineker has a huge reach, and the reality is that he is obviously operating on a publicly funded broadcaster. He is someone whose platform largely derives from his role at the BBC.
I think it's grossly unfair to suggest that Gary Lineker's platform largely derives from his role at the BBC. Gary Lineker's platform largely derives from his role as a footballer who was capped many, many times. I have very little interest in football, but even I know that Gary Lineker's fame is from the field, not the television box. I've hardly ever noticed him on the television box, frankly.
He's saying things which are sharply partisan, and I think which are also deeply unfair. And so I think the majority of people watching this programme, I think, would accept that we have a legitimate right to control our borders.
Watching this programme would accept that we have a legitimate right to control our borders, but the way that sentence is now interpreted is with a very specific understanding that has been imposed by Suella Braverman with her scream, "Invader! Invasion!" Sorry about the Maggie Smith impression there. I see Suella Braverman, as I hope you understand, as an incarnation of the pride of Miss Jean Brodie. My girls are all Brodie girls. And I cannot erase that image from my mind now. The wayward teacher and the wayward Home Secretary, both of them plunging towards inevitable disaster. But there we are.
I am in the prime of my life. I am the Home Secretary. People call me a bully. People call me an icon. I've the potential to do whatever I want. I can resign. I can stay. Only I know what I shall do, because I am the Home Secretary. What is the weekend? I shall abolish weekends. You're coming across the channel in little boats. I will sink them. An invasion! Invader! 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 Invader!